Why do you think that doctors and everybody prescribe milk of magnesia for constipation? Because people are malnourished when it comes to the milk, fats in the milk. You can't overdose on milk. I mean, obviously, if you drink a gallon of milk, yeah, okay. But I'm telling you, people who are using jelly juice to deal with constipation, yeah, you're going to have constipation. Because as soon as you get off the J juice, and your body finally is able to maybe breathe and evolve, there's going to be constipation because you haven't given yourself a balanced diet. And so this demonization of milk is why people are stuck on the J juice and can't get off it. When someone says, well, I abused milk way back when and now I'm off it now, or I'm lactose intolerant, you're not lactose intolerant. You just don't have the ability to deal with all the food in the food supply because you have glitches. And so that's why I said, you guys, drink milk. Coffee with cream, and then maybe no coffee, just drink a glass of milk. You know, right after my dog, when I gave her some milk, after I ate my cereal, she pooped like right afterwards. So those of you who are afraid of milk, all those non-lacto vegan and vegetarians, all the vegan and vegetarians who don't drink milk are the ones that are staying on the J juice, and they're going to deplete themselves. And so now you must incorporate milk in your diet, get off the J juice, and allow your body to utilize all the foods in the food supply. And that means meat, milk, cheese, eggs, fruits and vegetables, grains, carbs, sugar, and salt. You don't need J juice after you've already opened up those first and second lines of defense. And so, yeah, someone messaged me today going like, well, I saw your video and I have a constipation issue. And once I get off the J juice, I have constipation. And I just said right back, drink milk. Oh, nope. They fought me on that. See, that's the thing. And then they go and say, well, I abused milk when I was younger. I'm like, oh my God, milk is not a drug. Salt isn't a drug. It's all about balance. High thermal activity within your colon is like making pressurized poop pellets called constipation after you've done the initial waterfalls and you've opened up those first and second lines of defense. So if you're not coding your body correctly, then yeah, your body is going to work against you. You have to eat all the food in the food supply. Anyone that demonizes food won't make it in this society, won't make it out there regardless. You start demonizing salt, you start demonizing sugar and fats, and you start demonizing milk and meat and eggs and cheese, you're not going to survive. You know what's interesting? I remember when my husband first did the J juice. He had the waterfalls, yes. And then the next day, or maybe a couple days after that, he had trouble pooping. You know what he went to right directly? He drank a whole glass of milk, and he was able to poop. My husband drinks milk like almost every day or every other day. And so I learned something from my husband. He didn't have to be on the J juice for a long period of time. I think I gave him a reset back in 2018. He drinks milk almost every day or every other day, has cereal every other day or so. And then I realized that, yeah, people are using milk of magnesia for constipation. Well, they're trying to tell you milk has magnesium in it. You get magnesium in milk in the food supply. So anyone out there promoting the supplements and the pills and the powders and all the pain relievers, you're promoting your friends and family who are in the pain-free lifestyles. You don't understand how to utilize the food supply to your benefit because you're still under the brainwashing that food is poison. And that's why I said, you guys, get off the J juice and finally feel everything and have the mucus. The mucus and the lipids and the fat and all that stuff helps not only code your body, but also helps your body to eliminate. And if you don't, because look, when someone you heard like in the poison control center when they say when you eat poison or something that's poisonous or something, I don't know. They said drink milk because milk brings down the heat. The fats bring down the heat. And so, yeah, so right after when I gave my dog some milk, she went right outside and pooped. She didn't do any waterfall. She just pooped. And so if you're having trouble with constipation, it's because you're missing the milk out of your diet. And you've been told that milk is bad, or you've had an issue with milk before, and now you are going to carry over that thought process into your into this J juice protocol, and there's no room for that. And so I told you guys, now you need to incorporate a very diverse, nutritious food supply. And you got to feel the pain, feel the mucus, open up those first and second lines of defense initially with the J juice, and then get off the J juice. And people are fighting me on this because they don't want to feel the bloating. They don't want to feel the pain. Because yes, in the beginning, when you first do the J juice, there's going to be a lot of pain and maybe you'll have some constipation. I didn't even know this in the beginning when I had constipation. I just found ways to get it out, whether it's digitally or I don't know, or people are doing like enemas and stuff. But you don't even have to do that. Just drink a glass of freaking milk if you have constipation issues. And then the milk of magnesia prescribed by the doctors and the holistic people ought to be a confirmation that maybe you're missing milk out of your diet. And all the fears around milk are unwarranted. That's all the holistic allopathic. People aren't lactose intolerant. They just don't want to feel the coating of the food supply. They don't want to feel any, like when I eat some milk stuff, yeah, I fart. Maybe I might have some gas. Oh, wow, that's not a bad thing, guys. Farting and having a little bit of gas and maybe having a little diarrhea every so often is not a bad thing. You have a high sodium diet and you have a diverse food supply, there's no issue. But many of you are very malnourished and you're not willing to evolve on the protocol and you're using JJ as a crutch and it will work against you. And so if you're afraid of milk, you're going to be staying on the J juice until there's nothing left. You won't evolve. You will not evolve because it will freeze you in a cured state of decline and you won't feel anything. And I'll tell you what, milk is the answer when it comes to constipation. And then when and then I don't drink milk really. I just eat cereal. I eat cheese. My biggest thing is the cheese. I have a lot of cheese in my cabinet or in my fridge. I eat cereal. Okay? I eat cereal. I eat Activia. I bought Activia for myself because Activia has probiotics and it has milk. Yeah, in the beginning of the JJ protocol, I was like against all the different things that people were using in reaction to because I had to go and understand each component and then slowly incorporate them in to see the results. And then I can isolate and figure out, oh, okay, you could do like, a kefir, whatever, milk, yogurt fermentation. That's great with a balanced food supply. You don't have to be on the J juice forever. You can finally get off that's the thing. That's the freedom is you can finally get off the J juice and just eat everything. Ice cream, cookies, cakes, and candies. But, great odd. I've never liked the stuff. We used to get a wee bottle of it in school. Been getting myself over that. Can now drink kefir, which surprised me. Yeah, okay. But, I don't even drink a glass of milk. I just eat cheese. I have cheese in, all of my foods. Okay, so this whole thing with this demonization of milk, I drank raw milk a couple years ago, back in 2012. I bought it from some organic place back in Lake City, Florida. But I never drank enough milk to warrant having raw milk. It was like $5 a gallon, so it's pretty expensive. I could drink raw milk now. I think it'd be great. But homogenized milk is where they take out, all the live active culture. So it's just, but you still get the fats, you get the vitamin D, you get all the different hormones, you get the nutrients and all the iron. Those are going to code and help with your transport proteins, your storage proteins. Some of you are elderly and there's nothing to you because you have deprived yourself of most foods in the food supply, still buying into the holistic allopathic. And so it shows. And then you're drinking a bunch of J juice. So yeah, you're going to become the crypt keeper or Jabba the jellyfish. And so I found the answer as far as the constipation issue. You're missing milk out of your diet and you're on high biothermal activity, which is the J juice. And so that's why there was a lot of constipation in the beginning, because I wasn't eating enough milk stuff, because I was under the impression that, milk was not good and all this other stuff from the holistic world. And then I come to find out a year or two later, oh my God, I'm depriving myself of food. And so I really had to de-brainwash myself from the holistic allopathic world and being okay with gaining a little bit of weight. I don't need to be those models out there trying to look like a skinny mini skeletal person with a six-pack and exercise regimes and trying to live up to this demon succubus lifestyle of trying to look like I'm attractive to everyone. No, I mean, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm balanced, I'm not subjected to the societal norms that are out there. I have a husband, so I don't need to attract a mate and play that game of starving myself to attract somebody. And even if I didn't have a husband, if someone wants somebody that's very skinny and malnourished and depriving themselves of food, then they want someone that they can just basically exploit, be arm candy and use up and then throw away when they're not useful anymore. And that's what happens in our society. When you don't produce and you're not what you were when you were younger, people exchange people for a younger model. And you know it happens because you see it out there in the mainstream when men who want to have a specific looking wife or girlfriend, they exchange their elderly wife or girlfriend for somebody younger. And so maybe it doesn't have to happen that way, be that way. You can still remain young, youthful, and have some kind of substance to you without falling into these societal norms that destroy people. So good luck with all that. Bye.